Yeah, I didn't start playing this event, sort of the first half of my career. I'd play over in the Middle East and then wouldn't really start until the Florida swing. But started to play on the West Coast a little more, played Torrey Pines, play here, played Phoenix last year, and this is a place I've always, since I started coming here, I've loved it, loved the golf course, loved the area, loved the vibe. Feel like it's a course that suits me really well. And it's sort of turned into a can't miss event on the PGA Tour. All the top 10 are here this week, and I think that speaks volumes for what we all think of this event, and it's one that you don't want to miss. So it's good to be back. As you said, I haven't made a start on the PGA Tour since October, so I'm 1 for 1, 100% record. So try to keep that going this week.
Perfect. And then just the state of your game, returning to competition since the Middle East, how's everything kind of trending after a couple weeks off there? Yeah,
it feels good. Obviously, the end of that tournament in Dubai was disappointing. Made a bad swing at a bad time, but I did a lot of really good things in there that I can't forget about. So I tried to just focus on the couple of negatives that were there, and tried to work on those last week, and felt like I've put in quite a bit of time and quite a bit of work since Dubai, and game actually feels pretty good coming here. So my game feels in a much better place coming into this year at this event compared to last year. I didn't play so well here last year, and I was sort of searching a little bit for things, but game feels a lot more settled, this time around.
It's good to hear. All right, we'll go and open with questions for the media. Just raise your hand. We'll get a microphone over to you. Let's start here. Oh, right there. Okay, yeah. Yep. There goes John.
Rory, a couple things going into this year. What is it that you're most looking to improve and have be better than it was last year, especially for the major championships? And then also, do you feel like this week gives you a good barometer of where your game is in terms of a major championship type game?
Yeah, I think just more consistency is what I need. I look back. I don't have to look that far back. I go back to 2019, and I had I think I had 19 top 10s in 24 starts or something like that. So I think it's just the consistency that I want to sort of get back to that level of consistency. And I think if you do that and you play to that level week in, week out, you're inevitably going to give yourself chances to win golf tournaments, whether they be regular tour events or majors or anything else. So that's what I'm looking to improve on going forward. And yeah, I think when all the top guys get together at a golf course like this, I think it is a good barometer and a good measurement to see where your game is. And you have to do a lot of things well at this golf course, and a lot of things you have to do well here are the same things that you have to do well at major championships and major championship setups. So this is one of the best we play. I wish we played a lot more golf courses like this on tour, but just because of everything else that goes on around, professional golf tournaments, you have to go to venues that can facilitate that. So, but this is a real treat to play here this week.
All right, let's go right here, James.
Rory, just on the 18th at Dubai, were you always going for that shot, or was there a decision to be made? And
not really. I mean, I had 255 front. I could have got 5 wood there. I could have stepped on a 3-iron and got there if I wanted to. I tried to hit a 3-wood and hold it back up against the wind from a hanging lie, and I just caught it off the heel and it flared up in the wind.
The fact you didn't seem to have your best stuff that day, and you were still right there till the very last shot. What's that say about,
So I thought I did a lot of the scoring aspects of the game very well. I putted well, I chipped well, I hung in there. My mental game was really good. So the things that, you have to do everything well to win golf tournaments, but the things that you have to do well to put a score together, I did, which is really encouraging because, that's, if that part of the game's there, then minor tweaks here and there is all the difference that you need between, doing what I did and winning.
Okay. I'm just going to go right over here on the right.
Rory, over here. How much of the Phoenix Open did you watch? And I guess from afar, what do you think the beers, the aces, the scene does as far as like just what does it do for the game of golf? What kind of view does it give off?
Yeah, I saw a lot of it. I saw, sort of everything that happened. Phoenix is fun. It's awesome. I think it's a novelty on tour. I certainly wouldn't want every week on tour to be like that, but I think these one-off events where that can happen, I think is good for the game. I think it encourages people from different walks of life to get interested in the game of golf, to feel like it's not as intimidating. So in that respect, I think there are parts of it that are really good, and I think it's a good look for the game of golf to sort of move with the modern times in the 21st century. But there's a certain line there to be, just to sort of walk that line between something that is progressive but also doesn't endanger players, endanger fans, and endanger volunteers. And I think that was a line that was maybe crossed a couple of times last week, but. Look, whenever you get a bunch of people together, there's going to be things that happen, and that's just the nature of it. But, I mean, there's certainly more pros than cons.
Good. Yeah, we have one here in the back. Oh, you haven't done? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Kind of a course question for you here. As great as Tiger's career has been, this is the course he's played the most times without ever winning. Does that surprise you, and what would be your takeaway from that?
I mean, from the outside, it looks like a perfect golf course for Tiger. I don't know. I mean, it's he's human like the rest of us, and he's gonna have courses and weeks that aren't going to happen. I don't know how close he was to winning here. I'm sure he's had a bunch of chances. Maybe, no. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know he's in here at 3 o'clock, so why don't you ask him?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Adam. Yep.
Rory, if I got this correctly, how was it to get back to the other Hollywood and to, I assume, have a chance to hook up in person with Michael Bannon?
Yeah, I mean, Michael's been he was with me before the Middle East in Florida for a week. It was nice. I hadn't been home in over 2 years just because of COVID. So it was nice to get back, nice to see some people, nice to introduce our daughter to, her extended family. But it was nice. I got a stomach virus in the middle of that week, so I didn't see much of anyone for a while, which wasn't great. But it was nice to be home. I don't think you realize how much you miss it until you go back and see some people. So it was certainly nice, and a nice way to get over the disappointment of Dubai.
Okay, we had one back there in the corner. Okay. Any other questions for Rory? Here, Sam. One more here.
Your practice round yesterday with the Collegiate Showcase winner, how did you guys get paired up, and what did you learn about him?
Yeah, I really enjoyed playing with Michael. So I think the associate head golf coach at Wake Forest, Aaron O'Callaghan, was a Irish teammate of mine growing up. Played boys golf together, youths golf into sort of men's amateur stuff. I roomed with Aaron when I won the European Amateur in 2006, which got me into the Open in 2007, and it was one of the first nights I'd ever drank when I went out, and I was introduced to Jaeger bombs that night. And we were staying in this room, and we got back to the room. Aaron was sick on his bed, fell asleep on my bed, and I slept on the floor. So yeah, we've had some really good times together. And Aaron came over here, was the golf coach at Louisville, where John Murphy was, who has now turned pro after playing the Walker Cup. And Aaron's moved on to Wake Forest, and obviously they've got a great golf program there, and he's done really well. And obviously Michael, shot a great score on Monday to qualify. So, it was good to be out there and play with him and sort of impart. He was asking me a bunch of questions, and I was like, "You just shot 66 yesterday. What do you need to know?" The golf course isn't going to change between Monday and Thursday. So, but yeah, great young player, and it's nice to be in a position where you can do that and help the sort of younger generation coming through.